Hey guys, I am getting ready to use my InstaPot to make some beef soup. You could do this with chicken, turkey, or if you're a vegetarian, obviously just a bunch of vegetables. So the InstaPot is really cool because you can either use it as a slow cooker or you can use it in like a steamer and just cook the food really fast. So I've used it for chicken, potatoes, beef, all kinds of things. So I'm gonna go ahead and demo this recipe and walk you through it real fast. So this is the InstaPot, obviously right here, and we wanna start with some kind of olive oil on the bottom. So instead of using the regular oil, I'm gonna use the spray, which has less fat and less calories. So apologize for, I might go in and out of the frame here. I've got the phone set up on a tripod, so I had to try to get everything in. So I'm just gonna spray here, and I'm using olive oil spray that is from Trader Joe's. So just a quick spray. The next thing I'm gonna add is minced garlic, and I bought the garlic at Trader Joe's where it's already peeled and ready to go. And I would use for this anywhere from 3 to 5 cloves, depending on how much you're making and what your personal taste is. So I used 5, dumping that in right now. And next, to save time, I got this at Trader Joe's, and it's a combination of carrot, celery, and onion in the middle, and I'm just gonna dump the whole thing into this pot. Super convenient. So that's done. And mushrooms, I also bought those pre-sliced and ready to go, just because I don't like to hassle with things. When I'm ready to cook, I just want it to flow. I don't want to be in there forever slicing and dicing. So prep time shouldn't be a lot for this recipe. And let me see, tomatoes are next, and I did not open my tomatoes, so I'm going to grab a can opener. So when you're planning your meals, it really helps to take an inventory or an audit of what you already have in your kitchen, in your pantry, in your refrigerator and freezer, and work from there. Because right now, we certainly don't want to be running to the store every single day. We want to be only going maybe once a week and limiting our visits as much as possible. So I've been trying to use everything that I already have on hand. For instance, these tomatoes, I knew I had plenty of that on hand. And I knew I had the veggies I needed. And what's also nice with this is then you have leftovers, so if the next day you want it for lunch or even another dinner meal, it's fine. From here, I'm gonna go ahead and add the beef broth. I use just 1 container of beef broth, and then I add water to it because I don't like to just continually use the broth because then it's too salty. Although you can buy the sodium-free ones, this one is not, so I'm gonna water it down a little bit. So this, I believe, is 32 ounces. We got that in there. Now, the next thing I did, you do not have to do, is I chopped up fresh herbs. I chopped up rosemary and oregano that we had left over from another recipe in the fridge. If that's too much time, just use the spices in your rack. But these two are really nice. I would go a little light on the oregano. Oregano tends to be very overpowering. Rosemary is really nice though. All right, now I have potatoes, and I already have them sliced and diced, and I chose the small white potatoes just because I really like the milder flavor. Sometimes the russets, I don't know, russets are okay for a baked potato, but for soup I like these small white ones. The red ones work good too. They have a lot of flavor. So I'm going to dump those in. And then finally I have my meat. And as I said, if you're a vegetarian, obviously you're just going to use a bunch of veggies. If you're vegan, chicken, turkey, really anything works in here. I'm using a very, very lean stew meat that doesn't have a lot of fat on it, but I'm super picky, so I trimmed what little fat was on the meat. I trimmed it off. So you don't have to do that. You could just buy it ready-made and just, ready chopped and just dump it right in. I'm just picky about my meat. I don't like any fat on it at all. So I'm gonna put that in. So bear with me. It's a lot and it's kind of heavy. want to use my hands to touch it. And again, I would try to get the leanest cut that you can. It's just healthier, and I personally, I'm not one for having like fatty ribeyes or anything like that. I've just never liked it. So I always go for super lean. So prep time on this is pretty fast. If you're not chopping herbs and you're not trimming the fat off the meat, I mean, really you're only looking at maybe, gosh, 10 minutes, if that. And that's maybe even 5, just to get the ingredients out and ready to go. So now I have a measuring cup for water. So I'm going to go ahead real quick, disappear for a second. And coming on back, guys, sorry. Unfortunately, my phone doesn't pick up the whole kitchen. So now I'm just going to add some water. And then I'm going to stir everything together. Try to blend up those herbs, mushrooms, everything in here. You could also add zucchini. Zucchini works well in here. I didn't do it this time, but that's a great addition. I mean, really it's great too if you have, just leftovers, a little of this and a little of that. You can throw this together. All right, so when you go to set it, I got to put on my glasses because basically I'm blind. So when you go to set it, they have all these different settings. I don't know if you can see it very well, but you can do soup broth, meat stew, bean chili, poultry, all of that. So if you were to press one of those settings, it automatically goes into this steamer and it cooks it at the appropriate time. So we could do like a meat stew and do it that way. I'm going to use it like a slow cook, even though it's late in the day. We usually eat later because my husband gets home from work later. So we're oftentimes eating like at 9 o'clock at night. So this is fine. It'll cook for, a few hours. If I need to turn on the steamer to speed it up, I can. So, I see these comments. InstaPot is a life change. Yes. At first when I got it, I didn't use it like for 3 months. I don't know why. It looked intimidating. And then when I started cooking with it, now I'm totally hooked. So again, guys, you can give this a try. Let me know what you think. And when you're planning your meals, like try not to make it complicated. Just look at what you already have in your kitchen. Take that inventory and then also ask yourself, is this easy to prepare? Because most of us don't want to be, unless we're gourmet chefs, we don't want to be in the kitchen for hours. So hope you guys are having a great Monday, and I will see you soon. Bye.